I would like to welcome you all back to Water Your Soil. So recently, like the past week or so, I've been posting data and statistics concerning income and wages. And these statistics show, the average individual income, the median individual income, and things of that nature. And the reason why I've been posting these things is because income has a lot to do with, consumer debt. Consumer debt meaning debt that's coming from credit cards, right? So they both affect one another, especially on the income side. Because with social media, and even before social media, you had the term like keeping up with the Joneses, where people wanted to keep up with people who they had a perception of doing better than them. But with things such as Instagram and social media and things of that nature, it kind of amplified and made it 10 times worse, or maybe even more than 10 times, honestly. But it made it worse because, you see people on social media and they live in a lifestyle that looks like just a great lifestyle. And you aspire to live that lifestyle. They look happy, they're having fun. You see them, they're looking like life is just easy, and they're taking trips and they're shopping and designer this, designer that, nice car here, nice home here. But a lot of people aren't in touch with reality. A lot of things on social media is not reality. A lot of these high-end vehicles are rented. A lot of the high-end clothes are knockoffs. A lot of the trips are funded by credit cards that have heavy amounts of debt on there. So I like to post statistics and data to kind of bring people back to reality, because it's so easy to lose sight of reality when you're on, social media, because perception is everything. So people will believe a perception. In a lot of cases, they'll believe it before they'll believe reality. It's hard to convince the human mind of something the opposite of what it believes, But anyways, I post those statistics because when you have things such as individual income, it has a big effect on credit card usage. When it comes to credit card usage, a lot of people think that credit cards, their credit limit is their money. And as I always say, I say this time and time again, I have said this in multiple videos since I started my YouTube channel. Credit card money is not your money. That's the bank's money. You could think it's your money all you want. That's what the banks want you to do, honestly. The banks benefit off of you believing that your credit limit is your money, but it's not. And if you spend that money and you refuse to pay it back on time, they're gonna punish you. How do they punish you? They punish you with late fees. They punish you with interest. So they're gonna get their money regardless. And even if they don't, they'll just say, okay, cool, we'll just send you to collections. And that hurts you. And that hurts your credit score. So banks know how to play this game. Financial institutions, their goal is to make money off of us. That's just what it is. That's the reality of it. They want to make money off of us. That's why when you're dealing with credit and things such as credit scores and things of that nature, you have to be very careful, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be setting yourself up for failure. There is so much misinformation out here. Like the other day, I was having a conversation with someone, and they have a credit card. They have, I believe it was a Discover card, but we were conversing, and they were saying that they only make minimum payments on their credit card. And I asked why, and they said, they were instructed by someone older than them, of course, but they were instructed to only pay the minimum on their credit card. And I let them know that's hurting you. You may not see it, but that's hurting you, and it's hurting your credit score, because it sounds good to pay the minimum because you keep more money in your pocket in the present, but as far as future tense, you're losing money because you're paying more interest. That interest gains up and it piles up. So yeah, paying the minimum, which is usually $25, $35, whatever it is, it keeps money in your pocket. It creates a illusion that you're stiffing the credit card company and you're saving more money, and you're really not saving more money, because on the back end you're gonna end up paying more than just paying off what you spend every month. Now me, I have a rule. If I'm gonna buy something, I don't care if it's $3,000, $2,000, $1,000, whatever it is, I'm paying it off the next month. I don't believe in rolling over debt. I don't. So if I spend it, I'm paying it off the next month. I hate owing people. I don't like owing people at all. The people who I teach and consult, I teach them the same thing. If you spend it, you pay it off. Whenever it's due, you pay off the whole thing. All of this rolling over debt thing just puts more money in the bank's pocket, because that's the reason why they set up interest. They know the average person is not going to pay off what they spend every month. They know that, because they prey on the lack of intelligence, the lack of quote unquote financial intelligence of the consumer. Now, I know that consumers are intelligent. They may not just be informed. That's what it is. They're probably not informed on, the whole process of paying off what you spend. But the banks, they want you to not be informed. They don't want you paying off what you spend every month. They really don't. You may think that they want you to, but if you do, they're not really getting more money or as much money as they can. So back to the income thing. It ties into people overspending with credit cards. They'll go on a trip and they'll spend $2,000, $3,000 on a trip in order to portray an image, which is cool. You do what you do. That's your business. However, they don't pay off that trip the next month or whenever it's due. They just let that money roll over. And this is how people end up with piles and piles and piles of consumer debt. And consumer debt in this country is so high. However, wages are so low. And I really wanted to drive this point home. Like, wages are super low. So on social media, you see this big image of everyone has money on social media. From the looks of it and from perception, everyone is making 75,000 plus. You have at least 60 to 70% of people making 100,000. According to social media, that's how it looks and that's how it's portrayed. However, the data and statistics say that's completely wrong. And I'm going to go with data and statistics over perception. Now, that has a great deal of confirming why consumer debt is so high. People they go into debt trying to have a vehicle, a hot vehicle that they could show off and look like they're the next superstar or the big star, and they want to go shopping and get in all types of consumer debt, shopping for designer clothes, and don't forget the parties and the brunches and the dinners and the trips, just to have that image. And whatever people do is their business, but I just wanted to tie everything together and let people see, wages in this country are low. They are. No matter if people think, oh, everybody make a lot of money, everybody make close to 100. No, they don't. The median is less than 50,000, especially for people of my race, which I'm African American, I'm black. It's less than 50,000. It's actually, the median income is around 35,000. You could say 40 just to say it, but it's around that. So it's pretty low, So the wages are low, but consumer debt is high. And usually when wages are low, consumer debt is going to be high because everyone wants to keep up with that image. And if you're listening to this right now and your wages aren't as high, don't raise your consumer debt trying to keep up and make it seem like your wages are up. Don't do that. You live within your means and within your lifestyle. If you have to, you find a way to make more money. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to get yourself in a hole with consumer debt, because it won't help your credit score. And when you have a bad credit score, it hurts you and it makes it much harder for you to get things. You know, if you're in the need of a financing a car, or if you want your own home one day, or whatever it may be, you're not gonna have that option. And if they do give you that option, the interest on it is gonna be ridiculous. So the best way to avoid that is to avoid piling up heavy consumer debt. But anyways, I'd like to thank you all for stopping by my channel. You didn't have to listen to this video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. A lot of people come to this channel, especially as of late. This channel is growing. Like I always tell people, I've been doing this since the end of February 20th, 2021. And the channel is growing. You know, it may not seem like it, but it is growing. I'm close to 7,000 views total for the channel right now. And back in March 24th, I was only at 1,000 views. So it's growing, you know. It grew like 6,000 views in basically 2 months. But anyways, I ask that you continue to support this channel. It is a new channel. Be sure to like, posts, or videos, whichever one you like. Be sure to like it. Be sure to subscribe. That's what's important. If you're listening this far, be sure to hit that subscribe button and show your support. I appreciate you. I got other videos. You can check them out as well. Thanks.